Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to do another Cinemacon video covering the Warner Brothers panel. And there's some quite interesting movies to talk about here, so let's go ahead and get started. So with Beetlejuice 2, I actually never seen the first Beetlejuice, so I can't really put it high up. But they revealed that the title, the logo title, and then of course, they even were talking about Jen Ortega is in talks to join Beetlejuice 2, and production is slated to begin in May or June of this year. So that's pretty much interesting, but we don't really know too much about this film. I've never seen the first Nun, so I can't really talk much about it. But there are some interesting footage that was released here. And the Nun 2 footage shown during Warner Bros. Panel featured a young girl in Romania sent to clean a church, only to be bullied by a bunch of girls attempting to scare her by forcing her to stare at a stained glass window. After leaving her alone in the dark, she assumes the nun emerged behind her, but her attempt to escape the church fails as the mean girls have locked her in. The footage then shifts into the trailer, which reveals the plot to be about a wave of killings taking place in the Vatican, believing the titular demon to be responsible, and as such send the now fully ordained nun sister Irene to face her once again. The Nun 2 footage highlights far more stylish production design than the first film, potentially indicating a bigger budget than its predecessor. The studio also indicated having big plans for how the sequel will carry on the Conjuring universe. Farmiga and Raid were in attendance of the panel, with the former teasing Irene's sense of duty in stopping Valak, while the latter discussed making her franchise debut and joking she isn't a fan of horror movies. The two also discussed their experience filming in a real abandoned church in France, with Farmiga revealing she got frightened easily. Damn, that's pretty crazy from that footage right there. So I've actually never watched the Final Destination movies. The only thing that we know is that they released the logo for it, and that it's going to be produced by John Watts, who directed the MCU Spider-Man films. So, sounds exciting. I kind of want to see it. Now, much like Final Destination, we still don't know too much about it. All we know is that we know that the movie now has the Conjuring for the last Rites title, and that's all we really know. But there's not much we can really talk about, though. I do kind of like the Conjuring films, though I have seen them. Now, I haven't seen the first Meg, but this movie sounds awesome, as the description for this movie literally is, a shark eats a dinosaur. I'm like, a Meg eats a dinosaur. Like, that's crazy to me to think about. But honestly, the movie sounds really dumb, but I actually do kind of want to see it. So there's been a lot of buzz and drama between Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, with the bad reviews, also the Amber Heard situation. But the footage that we got from this Cinemacon trailer sounds interesting. Saffron also shared a look of Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, which revealed Momoa's hero has a baby boy. More of the plot was shared, including that Black Manta, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, using a black trident that gives him greater powers, is threatening the surface world, with Aquaman needing to team up with his brother Orm, Patrick Wilson, to stop him. So it's more like a buddy cop film type thing. Sounds exciting. I want to see that. Now, I actually have never seen any of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory films, but the idea of doing a film about Willy Wonka sounds exciting to me. And I think Timothée Chalamet is playing him too, right? Because if he is, that's going to be awesome. And you also got, I forgot his name. Someone as an Oompa Loompa. And everybody said it looks pretty good. I actually kind of want to see this movie. But I need to watch the other Willy Wonka films first. Now, Barbie is probably one of the most controversial films because it's like, how do you know what movie this is centered for? I mean, this is about a movie about the toys that we all grew up with, playing with, but I have no idea. The world looks cool. The cast looks great. The trailers look cool. I'm kind of excited for it, but not really. So, I don't really know what to expect from it. They didn't release too much. All they released is a logo for Superman Legacy, but really to that, they announced some things that the movie's not going to be a comedy, which obviously it can't because it's a Superman movie, but I'm interested to see how James Gunn is going to direct it. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Superman Legacy. Now, I've never actually seen the Mad Max films, but this movie sounds awesome, as it's based off of the Charlize Theron character, but you also got this other person playing her. That sounds pretty great. Overall, I cannot wait to check it out with the awesome action. I actually want to see it. Now, obviously, if you guys know, I really liked the Blue Beetle trailer that we got a couple weeks back, and from this, from the stuff that we showed at at Cinemacon, sounded pretty cool, but they didn't show too much. But the trailer for this movie that's now online, it goes hard. It goes really, really hard, and I mean that with every aspect of the imagination. It is great. Now, obviously, I personally really liked the trailers that this movie has been producing. The story of it sounds interesting, but really this second trailer really does it great. It doesn't do as good as the first trailer, but this new trailer does bring some cool stuff. Batman saying, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." All that's great, but the story of, you know, him going back in time, a Flash going back in time to save his parents, but it messes up the multiverse and bringing in all these different characters together. It's all pretty cool, and I'm excited to see it. Now, the first Dune, I was like, I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite film of all time. But this movie, it sounds pretty incredible with the stuff they released. The jaw-dropping trailer begins with Chani and Paul sitting at the edge of the desert. It's breathtaking. Just imagine water, he tells her. Florence Pugh's Princess Corino says, "In the shadow of Arrakis lies many secrets, but the darkness to all of that is what remains." "Fury will rise" flashes across the screen as depicts tagline. "What if Paul Atreides was still alive?" asks Pugh's character. We see him rise as a great leader among the Fremen, getting advice from Javier Bardem's Stilgar riding the worm, a great rite of passage with the tribe, among grappling and hook work as Paul tries to wrestle and mount the beast, getting swallowed up by the sand. There's a shot of shooting someone's eyes, turning blue, getting high on the spice. All of that sounds pretty great, and the stuff that they're exploring with Paul's character, Timothée Chalamet's character, all that sounds pretty great. Now, if you guys know me, I loved the original Color Purple from 1985. I would, like, of the Steven Spielberg films, I would say that's, like, my favorite film of his. And so, they're making a new Color Purple movie in 2023 this year. I'm extremely excited. Oprah Winfrey does the panel for this one. I'm extremely excited. The cast, the cast sounds amazing. I just can't wait for this movie. It's gonna be well acted. It's gonna bring this story to life in present day. I can't wait. So that's my ranking of the Warner Brothers panel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.